you have everything to gain. Your calls are anonymous and confidential, and we're going to do whatever it takes to be able to take care of you and to listen to you.
John Draper is the director of the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. He spoke at the 2017 New York State Suicide Prevention Conference about the next generation of suicide prevention, a generation that he says needs to change the way it talks to people and focus more on hope.
The more we can shift our focus from reasons for dying to reasons for living, the more we're going to understand what it takes to keep people alive and have a life worth living. And that, I believe, is the next generation of research, assessment, intervention, and treatment practice.
Draper says this thinking is being used when training the crisis counselors that work for the Lifeline, a 24/7, free, anonymous suicide prevention hotline that can be used by anyone in the nation.
These are trained counselors who've all been trained extensively in suicide prevention and crisis intervention and really know how to talk to people, more importantly, know how to listen to people. The national best practice standards start with just listening and really connecting with the caller and then assessing the degree to which they're suicidal and what it is that they need. In those cases where persons are at imminent risk of suicide, where if we believe that they might kill themselves, then we're going to do whatever it takes to keep them safe. But the first and foremost thing is actively collaborate with them and work with them to keep them safe.
So if you pick up the phone and dial the Lifeline number, 1-800-273-TALK, where does your call end up?
Here in New York State, if you call the Lifeline, typically what you should be getting is local New York centers, the ones typically nearest you. Local resources have a lot more information and support available than a national resource that may not be as familiar with you, your culture, or what's available.
And what can you expect from the other end of the line?
It's not judgmental. Whatever you may have to fear, we can help work through, because probably the greatest fear is trying to work through problems that are too much for you to work on alone. So the sense that you're not alone is the experience that people have when they call the Lifeline.
Because no matter what you are experiencing, you are not alone. Help is just a phone call away.